This wedding is easily one of my favorite weddings that we've ever photographed. I just tear up thinking about it. It was so moving and powerful and emotional.
Yeah. I think we were extra invested in the emotion of that wedding just because it was an Aussie and American getting married.
Yeah.
So there's like many parallels with your story and her story.
That's true. Her story mirrored mine so strikingly, but it was also the fact that they were so open with their faith, so vulnerable with their hearts. They'd never skimmed the surface of feelings. They were so deep and raw and real without making a spectacle of their own emotion. I love this wedding so much. Editing some of it again just now was so great because I got to do some really interesting edits that I don't normally do.
Yeah, and we decided that we'd share it on YouTube. So here it is. Now, some of the screen will be covered to keep the exclusivity of Seasons preset customers, but still will hold a lot of value, especially in demonstrating the process of executing on the vision that you had when you took the photo. I love seeing that process. So, what presets did you mainly use?
Well, I mean, I showed you some of the photos, but he hasn't actually seen the tutorial.
I haven't gone through the whole thing yet.
But I mainly used indoors. I used golden hour. I used autumn.
Yeah.
And then with the tools, I used the tool for mood. I played with tone curve mood as well. And then I used all three black and whites.
I love like every one of those presets very much.
Yeah, so they all come in.
Go-tos.
I know.
Yeah.
They all come in our Seasons preset bundle. The ones I used in the shoot that's coming up. So the bundle itself comes with 10 Lightroom presets, 10 Lightroom tools, 10 Lightroom mobile presets, and a whole extensive video workshop with 30 video tutorials, just like this one.
Wow.
They're like a distillation of everything important we've learned about editing in Lightroom in our career into easy to digest videos.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the way that you've edited with mood and the black and white edits. Trust me, this is not something you want to miss. This editing tutorial is brought to you by our free preset, Seasons Free. Bright, clean, timeless, and crazy easy to use.
It comes with a free video tutorial on how to edit skin tones in Lightroom and is available at athenaandcameron.com/free.
Once again, that's athenaandcameron.com/free.
I can't take you seriously. Jordan and Dylan's wedding is one of my absolute favorite weddings we've ever photographed together. We have edited this entire wedding on camera. We filmed it all, and it's included in the archive module of this video workshop because it was originally released with the original Seasons presets, which are slightly different than the new and improved update we've released since then. Today though, with the new update in mind, I want to take you through Jordan and Dylan's wedding. I've chosen 60 images and I'm going to focus specifically on adding mood to your images and really how to choose which images you want to deliver to your clients as black and white, which black and white presets to use. We haven't really talked about the black and white presets much in this video workshop, and I think it's really important because Cameron and I personally love black and white edits. We love delivering those, but we don't do a full color and then a full black and white gallery when we deliver to our clients. We give a mix of both, so it's up to us to decide which images are going to be black and white. So there is a process to that. There's a thinking behind that. So that's a little bit about what I'm going to share today. All right, I'm gonna see if I can add the tool of mood to this image. Okay, I can see that it's going to be much too intense, so I'm going to do it manually to kind of show you a bit behind. So one thing is, when it comes to mood, the natural vignetting of the lens does add a certain style and mood, and with indoors, it completely, it turns on profile corrections, which means it takes away that natural vignetting, it flattens out the image. So sometimes when I'm considering adding mood to an image, I either completely turn the lens corrections off, or I do turn them on, but I drag that vignetting down so that it's less intense. So maybe 50 instead of 100. Another thing I like to do obviously is add grain. So this preset already has grain in it, but I can bump that up. Sometimes with grain, a really easy way to see what it's doing is either to zoom into the skin or to actually zoom into where the highlights are. And then really that's where these other two come in handy, is really changing that size of the grain. I have never once edited a photo where the size is at 100. I tend to keep the size lower, and then sometimes I do like changing that roughness, but really more often than not it's just about the amount. And to judge, I zoom in to highlighted areas. Okay, another way to add mood is to think through whether to lift the shadows and blacks, like to kind of, the popular term is crushed blacks, just like to lift those in the tone curve. So let's go into the tone curve. So down here, to lift that and crush those blacks, or lift the blacks, that's an amazing way to add mood. And bringing down them to the kind of making that tone curve line more linear is going to give it that classic portrait look. So I'm gonna bring up, lift those blacks and shadows ever so slightly, and then I actually might have a little look into the color profiles. Okay, we haven't talked much about this, but I won't go into it in too much detail, but sometimes you can go in and choose one that is really getting to that mood you want. So you can see this one, the neutral profile that comes with Adobe, does have that certain mood to it for sure. I'm just gonna go down and have a little look. Artistic, ooh, artistic 5. Okay, this is too intense, but you could click artistic 5 and then you could lower the amount. Okay, so that's 100, 200, way too sepia, but just that little bit could really make it very vintage, a vintage mood. And there you go. I might remove color, so saturation, from just this top, because you see how it had that yellow, and I don't love that. I still want it to be clean, even though I want it to have a vintage tinge. I want to make sure that isn't going to. Another thing I might do is use the brush tool to highlights, to bring down the highlights, take off auto mask and lower the flow. Just want to make sure none of this is blown out too much, and you can hit O to see what's happening. Okay, so this is edited with indoors, so let's just adjust this until we're happy. Okay, now I'm going to simply use the tool for mood, and let's see what happens. Okay, so that's a plain edit. This is adding mood. So mood adds vignetting, it adds grain, it changes the blacks and the shadows. Another way that I could edit this image is actually with autumn. So autumn is very unique, as you can see. It does have that vintage feel. It does feel very warm, very earthy. So let's take this away. So it is a very different look, but I do really like it. So I'm gonna hit autumn. And again, remember the tool mood has already been selected. So we're still gonna keep that grain and that vignetting, but let's add more grain. This image would look great if you overlaid scratches onto it and really like went to town. Paste again. Okay, we're up to the prayer. There's too much grain happening here. And the reason why is because let's look at the ISO. So the ISO was already pretty high, the shutter speed pretty low, and it was very low light. And the light was only coming in from the bottom half, not the top half. Which is very difficult. So I'm going to lower that grain and potentially increase noise reduction. Love that. Copy. This next one I want it to be in black and white actually, so let's flag it and do black and white Moody. Let's have a look at crushed. I like Moody. I like Moody the best. I'm gonna go in and see if I can add more grain. I'm gonna look at a different black and white color profile for this one. So to do that, you go up here to profile, and we're gonna just look at the black and white ones. And I just like to hover my cursor over a few of them and just have a look. And it's pretty powerful, the way that it changes the image. Anyway, just something to think about. We're gonna move on to these first look images. So I'm gonna spend more time working on the first one and then just copy it over to the remaining 3. We're moving on now to this very sweet moment. So I tell more of the story in Watch Us Edit an Entire Wedding, all the videos of this whole wedding in the archive module. But essentially, Dylan and Jordan they'd planned for him to share something, but he started sharing about the story of Hosea, which at heart is a story about God's relentless pursuing love for us, despite us running from him, rejecting him. It's a really, really powerful story. But this is that photo where she kneels down spontaneously. I'm gonna try a edit here using autumn. Yes. Oh my gosh. Look how lovely those tones are. I love autumn. Let's do add mood. Yeah, let's do add mood. Go in, add more grain. Wow. It's pretty beautiful. Okay, let's copy this over. Let's see how it looks on another image, eh? Okay, so in terms of lenses, these are both shot with the 85, but we're about to edit ones that are shot with the 35, so they'll feel very different. Okay. Oh, no, still 85. Interesting here, top left, very different to top right in terms of color. So, I wonder if I could go across here and just desaturate that a little bit, brighten it up a little. Might try the same on this side, yeah. Again. Make sure it's not hitting faces. Lovely. See the blues in here. Yeah, we've got strong blues and aqua. Sometimes if I'm finding the highlights are a bit blue, I go into the tone curve and go actually into the blue channel and grab this and lower it. You can see blue. So I just do it ever so slightly. Might have to compensate by doing skin tone warmer, but it's looking good. I wouldn't mess around too much with the blue color channel, unless you like that kind of thing, but it gives a very intense edit. Let's just bring it back to 11. All right. I'm gonna go skip ahead to this color one and paste it. So this is with the 35, so very different. Oh, interesting. Let's do lens corrections on. Okay, okay, we're getting there. Let's brighten this up. We'll do it again here, brighten. Yes, and desaturate slightly. Yes. Lovely. This is looking very good. I'm going to crop it in so the triangle's in the middle again. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. That was Jordan and Dylan's wedding. That was a very quick overview of different ways you can add mood to your images and choosing black and white. But that video definitely ended up being longer than I intended, but I really hope that throughout this you learned so much. Again, the more you know about Lightroom, the more you're going to be able to really make the most of the time you spend in Lightroom to give your clients beautiful images. And maybe one day you'll be sitting here yourself teaching others how to create and use the presets that you've created yourself. See you in the next video. Editing should ultimately bring joy to real people. In the end, what really matters is them and helping them remember the precious moments of their lives with vivid and beautiful clarity. Every moment that you spend laboring over their photos in Lightroom will help them remember and cherish what matters most, which is why we developed Seasons Preset Bundle. We wanted more than just pretty images. We wanted a way of editing that keeps people and connection at heart.
Seasons Preset Bundle is currently available and was created because we believe that timeless editing does matter for the legacy of your clients, and the editing can be quick as well. Cohesive, beautiful, and even natural without the unaffordable price tag.
Our Seasons Preset Bundle includes 10 Lightroom presets for every image in every season. There are 7 color and 3 black and white presets. Original, golden hour, summer, autumn, winter, spring, and indoors. Then there's black and white bright, black and white crushed, and black and white moody. There are 10 Lightroom tools for quick and skillful tweaks. The quick options of auto white balance and lens corrections that we always need handy, plus 3 tone curve options, bright, moody, and creamy. 2 skin tone options, skin tone warmer and skin tone cooler. A tool to immediately intensify the mood, and a tool for flash photos. There are 10 mobile presets that we created while on a trip to Australia. If that doesn't make you want to buy them, we don't know what would. They are inspired by our Seasons desktop presets, but completely rebuilt from the ground up for mobile. These presets are one click, easy to use, and very beautiful. We're very proud of them. They include original, selfie, summer, autumn, winter, spring, indoors, black and white bright, black and white crushed, and black and white moody. Owning both the desktop and mobile presets means all your images look consistent with each other.
Yeah. We are also so passionate about education, and we never want to hear another person say, I bought a preset pack and I have no idea how to make my photos look good, and I just don't understand how they work. So last but definitely not least, this bundle includes a video workshop designed for all levels of photography, teaching you about how we created each preset, how best to use them, how to tweak them to your own style, how we use them in our editing, and even more advanced tutorials on editing workflow and Photoshop hacks. With 30 videos, there is something for everyone. This is honestly where the true value of this bundle lies, in our dedication to actually educating you with engaging, informative videos.
Customers have said, Seasons presets have completely revolutionized my editing. The best presets I've ever bought, worth every single dollar. My skin tones look flawless. The video workshop changed how I view editing.
If you're ready to see your editing transformed or want more information, just head to athenaandcameron.com/presets. When you make this decision to invest in yourself, you'll receive instant access to the video workshop where we'll be able to help you every step of the way. We hope to see you there.